The idea is that
your kids
it's the spirit of helping other people and inviting people in is part of Passover.
So what happens when the wine is still there?
Well, I mean,
it never is.
Yeah.
Evan, it never is.
Evan, the prophet Elijah. Evan, sometimes I do feel like our people could, we could have a holiday that doesn't involve reading and debating, and can we just paint an egg once in a while?
Max, that's what you're worried about. I just want a holiday where I don't have to give up food for an entire day or bread for an entire week. Let's be honest.
That's a good point. That's a good point. All right.
Max hasn't practiced in years. Go ahead, Max.
I'm a secular. That means we interpret it all, secularly. All right, look. It's time for Straight Talk, brought to you by Straight Talk Wireless. Have we said hello and good morning enough?
Yes.
We have a lot to get to. Guys, what I just saw, oh, my God. That was a great, great game, Jay, Key. But, Key, I want to start with you. Your biggest takeaway from the first weekend of these NBA playoffs was what?
It's got to be James Harden. I know there's a lot of great plays and players and games this weekend, but it's got to be James Harden. I mean, going into the playoffs, the question mark was, is he going to be able to do it? What are we going to see? Are we going to see the late season James Harden, or are we going to see the guy just blow past people through the center court? He gave you 15 assists. He was 4-7 from 3, 22 points. It just, so when you just look at the way he was playing, it looked like James Harden.
I got to tell you, I get it. I got to tell you, Anthony Edwards and Ja Morant, and this has already got buried under other games in your mouth. Was that the Celtics? No, that thing was a slugfest. And the fact that Minnesota gets the win in game one against a superior team. Karl Anthony Towns was excellent, but Anthony Edwards, that's the guy. When I talk about Ja, compare him to Luka and everything, but Edwards is that. Really, they'd taken him first overall. They really liked the upside. But his shot was so pure from outside early, and then as the game progressed, took it inside and showed off that athletic ability. Ja was doing his thing too, but the Ant-Man, to me, that's the question among the young, athletic, high-ceiling guys in the NBA going forward who aren't 6'6" plus. Those two guys are the guys to keep your eye on. They're playing each other right now. 1-0 Anthony Edwards.
Yeah, Ant-Man had a crazy game. I would say mine was the headline game, and that was Jason Tatum gets the best of Kevin Durant. Jason Tatum was the better player. Guarding Kevin Durant almost every other possession, and then having 31 points and finishing with a game-winning, acrobatic, time-sensitive shot. Oof. I mean, catching the ball from Marcus Smart, Kyrie Irving stepping up for a charge, catching the ball, implementing a spin move with ballet toes, and literally finishing at the rim with 0.3 seconds, 0.2 seconds to close out the game was just a sensational finish to the best game of the first opening weekend, in my opinion.
And Key, Jaylen Brown, the egos are all fitting together well, even the way – because he was in on that play, and the way the ball moves with that team, and the fact that usually when you see a young ISO scorer like Jason Tatum, the ball doesn't move so easily with him, but it does. It's like he doesn't have to stop, think about what he wants to do. It's happening automatically.
And you would have thought, look, Kyrie was having a phenomenal game. And I go back to me saying he was the best offensive player in the league. I think that was on display yesterday for millions of people watching that game. I still believe he should have taken the last shot. He got around Al Horford for that three, but he decided to pass the ball to KD. But still, the antics is what made this game incredible. Kyrie going back to Boston, dealing with all the fans is what made this a real show.
You want to hear from Kyrie after the game? Because he talked about going back and forth with fans. Mm-hmm. Here's Kyrie at the post-game presser.
Look, I'm just where I'm from. I'm used to all these antics and people being close nearby. It's nothing new when I come into this building, what it's going to be like, but it's the same energy they have for me, and I'm going to have the same energy for them. And it's not every fan. I don't want to attack every fan, every Boston fan, but, when people start yelling and you and all this stuff, it's but so much you can take as a competitor. And, we're the ones expected to be docile and be humble and take a humble approach. That's the playoffs. This is what it is. I know what to expect in here, and it's the same energy I'm giving back to them.
Okay, so that makes agree or disagree, and there's stuff in there I like and stuff in there I'm like, it makes sense, right?
What's the stuff you don't like?
The
I
same.
like it all, actually.
I'm
just
all
because
about
here's the issue. The same energy they're giving me, I'm going to give it back to them. I get it, except that you're not paying to go watch them play. Like if they cross the
But it doesn't
line,
matter.
they cross the
You're,
line.
Doesn't matter,
you're
Max.
helping me
Just
get to my
doesn't
best
matter.
frame of mind.
Yeah,
Doesn't
and
matter.
It does when you flip off fans.
But
Man,
so
you're
time out,
not
time
gonna
out.
talk
So-
crazy to me, though, Max.
That's
I
my
agree.
thing.
I
So-
said if they cross the line.
He
But
said they crossed the line.
But no one knows what the fans are saying. Everyone can see what you're
No,
doing.
he knows what the fans are saying. That's why he reacted the way he reacted. You don't react like that just because Max
Agreed.
is sitting on the court.
But that's why maybe
Max
you want to
had
say
something negative.
Right. Maybe
to
you want to
piss
say
me off.
something instead of flipping them off because no
Yeah.
one knows what
No,
you say. Everyone
I
can
don't
see
care
you
about
flipping
that.
them off.
I don't care about that.
I'm one of these guys. I don't look at Kyrie Irving as a role model for my kids. That's me as a parent, right? And so when I see all this stuff online, this guy, great role model. I'm like, well, how about the guys who are yelling the crazy stuff behind Kyrie with kids in front of him too? Like, so
Exactly.
I get the middle finger that Kyrie maybe that to some people that goes too far. But if people weren't engaging in that, and that gets him to a place where he drops 39. Then let him do his Kyrie Irving thing.
I get it.
Yeah,
but there's-
I don't care about his 39 points. What I do care about is when you disrespectful to me. And there's just because you pay money to go to the damn stadium, Max, you're not gonna talk to me crazy. I'm a grown ass man too.
I agree with that. We're arguing something else, but we can continue it because there's much more. Whatever you think of that, whether you agree or disagree, it makes sense. But maybe not everything Kyrie said does make sense. We gotta. That's
true.
the only thing I was
That's
trying
true.
to say. But we will get there. We will get there. Straight Talk Wireless, no contract, no compromise. Because we will continue this conversation and hear more from Kyrie. We're back in less than 2 minutes after Jay has this from FanDuel.
FanDuel Sportsbook NBA same game parlays give you a chance to turn a little bet into a big payday. Choose any NBA game, like I did this entire weekend, and combine multiple